Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm finally tackling all the Q&A questions that I received a while ago. I guess better late than never, right? Definitely very delayed, almost a whole month later. So I apologize for that. Who is Pandora 360? Did you go to the Hermes private sale? If so, what did you buy? I assume you would have seen my private sale video by now. If not, I'll have it linked up here. It was our first ever Vancouver Hermes sale. It was a private sale, which was a nice thing. I definitely made sure to take the first available slot. I think it went pretty well. I also thought that it was well stocked, even though I had no point of reference. I couldn't compare to a previous sale since Vancouver hadn't had one for 8 years. Maybe the quantity is different, and certainly there are probably more styles in Europe. There was one guy's video that I saw. He was based in France or something. He bought a lot of different things that I definitely didn't see in the Canadian private sale. So it still depends on what stock each country has. Hermes sales events are held by a third-party company called Arlette, and whatever they sell, I think the proceeds, or at least most of it, goes to charities. So in one way, even though the things that we bought from the private sale did not count towards the pre-spend, at least we know that it goes towards charity. And the fun thing about going to a private sale, especially, is that it is a pretty nice shopping experience. They only let in the amount of people in that time slot, so there's never going to be too many people shopping at the same time. And of course, these things are still very expensive, even if they're at 50% off. But if you really love the brand, such as I've definitely become a huge fan of Hermes. Once in a while, they'll come up with a really amazing scarf design, or a really amazing belt, or a really amazing piece of ready-to-wear. In fact, there was a lot of ready-to-wear that I recognized from the runway at the sale. They were very expensive, obviously. I guess I never said this in the video, but there was a beautiful pair of leather shorts with palladium hardware, chains, and it was just so beautifully crafted and just fit me so well. I was so smitten by it. But the thing is, it was $10,000. So even if it was 60% off, in the case of ready-to-wear, it was still a pretty expensive pair of shorts. And I thought, I was trying to be good. Leather shorts, I would never really wear that in the summer anyway because it's leather. So in the end, I decided against it. My point is that the private sale was really, really fun, and I would definitely love to go back if they were to come back next year. But I wouldn't travel farther than my own city to attend a sale, that is for sure. I would not go to any Toronto sale, or I guess they've only really had it in Toronto so far. But it's nice that they decided to do it in Vancouver this time. I'm gonna take a quick moment in this section of the video to let you know about this little device here. This is the Foreo Bear 2. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this brand. It is a Swedish brand, and this is an anti-aging device. I'm trying a lot of them as I am almost in my mid-40s, pretty much in my mid-40s, I suppose, that I really have to look after my skin. So this little device here is supposed to help tone, lift, and contour your face. It uses microcurrents to tone up 69 muscles in your face and your neck, including advanced microcurrent, lifting microcurrent, tapping microcurrent, and sculpting microcurrent. It also improves wrinkles and sagging, reduces puffiness, and help brighten and plump your skin over time. For me, definitely my favorite feature of any anti-aging device is the fact that I can work on my V-line contour. The other area that I love working on is my forehead, because I don't use Botox, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I just don't. And so anything that helps with the fine lines, because they're inevitably always gonna be there and getting worse, so anything that helps, I'm all for it. I'm gonna have all the details details linked down below, and don't forget to use my coupon code. You can save quite a bit with my coupon code, especially now that all the holiday promotions are also going on. Miles DLT, after years of Hermes journey, has your mindset changed? Absolutely. Especially this year, I feel like a lot of things happen. In some ways, it's not just the Hermes journey that has kind of changed my mindset, but also it has become very, very expensive. I mean, it's always been expensive, of course. My first year was slow and required a lot of zen, patience, and never giving up, sort of perseverance with my very first bag being defective and needing repair. And every single year after that was just the same, except with different challenges. My second year, it was my essay leaving, and then the third year was just really challenging to get a mini Kelly, so a lot of pre-spend. And the fifth year, which was this year, was also a very long stretch of time to get finally my quota bag. I wasn't prepared for, I guess, all the comparisons and all the commentary, I suppose. I wasn't prepared for the competition. I think it was it's pretty insane that some people would use my videos against me. This platform is really nice. It's really a way to connect in some virtual way. And there are really nice people, but there are always some bad apples that ruins the whole thing too. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily stop. I would never be the type of person to say, I'm over it now, I'm done with the journey. Every time someone says that online, they come back and they do it again. So I would never say that. I just feel like it's never the truth, or they just don't know the truth themselves, maybe. That, you know, maybe that's how they feel at the time, but in reality, you'll never really get out of it, because if you're truly a big admirer of the brand, and if you truly love to collect handbags, you know, collect can be in many forms, right? Like a true collector versus collect to use, or curate, I suppose. You will always want something new. And marketing always will work on you somehow. You will probably whether you shift your direction as to how you approach your creation of your collection, or you slow down a little bit. I think nobody really stops 100%. At least I don't think so. So it has shifted my mindset in the sense that I hope for the best, but I expect the worst in a way. Like, I hope for the best as in, like, I hope my relationship with my store, with my essays, I hope they are always gonna think of me and help me get what I want. But at the same time, I expect the worst, as in, like, the journey is getting a lot harder. The pre-spend is getting a lot higher. Sometimes it can feel like such an internal battle. I mean, I've already bought everything under the moon except their couches and equestrian horseback riding things. At this point, I probably will just move on to either higher price ready to wear or higher price jewelry. Ultimately, it's either that or other endeavors, right? Some people travel, some people buy cars, some people are into other recreational things. I mean, everyone will have a different outlet of finding kind of the extracurricular things to do or to spend their money on. For me, I'm trying to find a balance. I'm definitely still invested in my Hermes journey, but I also am I mean, I've always been invested in my health too. It has put things in perspective, and like, there were many times when I was presented the opportunity to buy the next best thing and I just passed on it. I mean, it does give me FOMO, don't get me wrong, but the FOMO does pass and I get used to it every time I pass on something. So which is something that I mentioned on my recent video, that I haven't really bought quantity-wise that many items this year. However, the items are getting more expensive, the bags are getting more expensive, but the quantity is less. So in many ways, it might just be the same amount, but my point is I've had many more opportunities to purchase certain bags that came up or other things, and I just passed on them. The next question is by Margaret. Would you consider a mini Roulis, and what color? Whether it's a mini size or the larger size, I'm just not a big fan of it. I just don't like the closure. I think it looks good though, it's cute. It actually is a cute bag, but I just don't like that the closure mechanically, it's just slip over the little hardware. It doesn't feel secure to me. It doesn't feel high-tech enough. Not that any of our bags are high-tech, but it just doesn't feel like there's enough substance to the design for me to like it. I mean, you could debate that I don't really close my mini Kelly, but that's different. You can't really get into a mini Kelly. Whereas I feel like a Roulis, I'm sure it's not that easy to get into, but I feel like it just slips into that little space between the hardware and the leather, the front of the leather. I feel like it's too easy to pop open, especially if it's a little bit fuller, or maybe it won't close all the way if it's a bit fuller. And I just don't really like that. And at these price points, again, it also boils down to a combination of things, right? The design, the price, and just overall aesthetic. I'm just not into it. To be honest, with colors, I'm always gonna pick pretty much the same colors for everything. Probably I wouldn't get black though for the Roulis. Generally speaking, I will just pick colors based on what is easiest to match my wardrobe. I think gold is pretty nice. I wouldn't do white though because it is crossbody. I'm open to some pop of colors, depends on what bag. If it's on the lower price range, I'm willing to experiment. I think the Roulis is too high of a price. I'm not willing to do that. Mini footprints. Are any bags you're thinking of selling? I wish to still do some moving around. Also love the fact that the people that do end up buying from me, they truly are in love with my bag. So I almost feel like it's just going to a better home. So I kind of like that. But lately, I haven't been... I mean, I still like the idea of doing that, of like my own private, not private, but my own vlog sales, right? Doing it by myself. The only thing that I don't love about it is the criticism, but also it's so much work. It's just so much work to do all of that, and I just almost prefer to send it off to a consignment store, which is why a lot of times if I had let go of something, you guys would only hear about it months later because I would have already just sold it somehow. Would you guys be interested in a vlog sale if I ever host one? The next question is, what would be your non-quota bag wish list? You know what? I never thought of... maybe I shouldn't say I never thought. I think I mentioned that before. Obviously, it's store dependent. Every store is different, or maybe even every region is different. In my store, allegedly, at least I was told, is that non-quota bags, you still need to pre-spend for it. I deliberately resisted asking for any non-quota bags until I received my SO. I was waiting for the SO. I didn't know when it was arriving, but I was told that it would take anywhere from 9 months to 2 years. So that is such a big timeline that there's no way of knowing. It took a little over a year for mine to arrive. And so for that whole year of waiting and all the months prior to that, prior to me putting in my order, I had not asked or bought another non-quota bag because of that exact reason. Now that I have my SO, a big relief, a big sigh of relief, and I am more open and I'm more kind of like okay with the idea of just exploring just random bags, which is why when I saw the mini Evelyn, I just bought it. Even though the color is really scaring me right now, but it is such a pretty color, I am still attracted to it, so I'm just gonna give it a go. I just feel like I needed to give you context. So going back to your question, some of the non-quota bags I'm interested in are the Garden Party Neo. I'm kind of interested in the Accent, but I can't do a light color. I feel like a light color scares me for a crossbody bag. Other than that, I'm just gonna wait, I feel. I'm gonna wait for next year and the year after when they're gonna release all the new runway bags that we've seen in each of the recent collections, because it takes Hermes a while to release those new bags. I try to explain the very complicated thoughts in my mind as well as I could. Sometimes it's really hard, like I just have so many thoughts. Those are all the questions for today. I hope that my answers made sense. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for all your questions, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!